Hello there, YouTubers. We are going to be turning a big log today, and that's about all we're doing. I'm going to hopefully get it turned. Boy, the sun's not being cooperative there. Here it is, late afternoon as usual. I don't get started. It's probably 4 o'clock, so I probably got an hour. I don't know if I'll get any more cut off of it or not, but I'd like to get it turned down. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. This is a mess that I got to still clean up. I think the sun might do us a little bit better over in this way. Of course, now you're not on the level, which that's usually the case for me here, ain't it? Did I plan ahead of time? I'm gonna turn it down on those little rollers there. There's one there and one there. Hopefully they'll turn down. I should probably roll it back, but I've been busy all morning. I've taken in well, I got that big sawdust pile out of there. That was 2 bucket loads, so there's over 2 yards of sawdust. And I just shoveled it. It's light. It's probably as light as snow. Then I had to fuel up the engine here. That took 30 gallons of diesel fuel. That was hateful. And burned papers because we don't send the paper products back to in with the trash. We just burn them once they pile up. So. Then I had to fuel up the Kubota and do this and do that and a few other things. So here we are. It's the last thing that happens is what goes on back here. Sawmill is like the last thing. So if we take this up, because this is the light side, once we take these dogs up, it really shouldn't roll down. I should probably be turning this up 90 degrees instead of what I'm at. I should probably knock this little piece off there because those will haunt you later on down the road. Hopefully this won't let loose when I undo it. I'm at the top of the thing. I guess I'll get this out of the way so if it comes down and crashes, it won't get that. This is Manuel Chewy. Oh, I pulled, I should have showed you that. All I did is put a winch cable around here down to a bolt and pulled that out, and that wasn't too bad. Let's see what happens here. Nothing, which is kind of what I'm glad happened. Now I'm going to whoa, like I said, it probably wants to go to the back, but I don't want it to go over that way too far. Might have to get a cable on it. I'm not sure. Hope not. See how those things work? Which, that isn't too bad. Oh, I don't think I put yeah, I did. I put my cable on it down there. I did that yesterday. I need hickory stick. That's what I need to talking to Mark, and he says I need to name this Armstrong. Let me tell you, this will move some stuff. Come on. Just got to roll a little bit more. I've already warmed up the Detroit so I can take a slab off of it. But what you guys don't realize is you gotta have a place to put the wood. Store it, stick it, stack it, stuff it. And ouch, that dropped on my toe. That was not very nice of that. I still have the taper out to the same spot. Of course now my toe hurts. Because it should be about the same taper. It's a little stronger than it needs to be, I guess. I'm alright with that. Then I got to pull this pin because it's too heavy. I might need this turn down thing again, so I'm just going to set it here handy. Take this out of here, set it over here. roll this back. That really didn't take too long. I'll do my strap here because I know from the past if I don't undo it and you guys are yelling at me, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. And these just flop down. She's there. And that is about as happy log as you can get. You just won't get any happier than that log. Now I should be able to get down to, I know I can get down to my magic number now. I got to jump over this again. That's why on the new mill, on the number 1 mill, these are all the way out to the beds, and that's really the way they're supposed to be. But I have a jumper one down there, which makes it easier back here for me. This is, somebody was asking me, I don't know what I'm going to do with this mill. That one did saw pretty nice. It's probably got 100 horsepower more than this one's got. That's a 671 4 valve. This is a 471 2 valve. If you want to look up and see what the horsepower is, I really don't know. Anyhow, let me move you guys around if you don't fall over while I'm getting to you. A little shaky there, isn't it? That's middle name, or maybe we'll saw. Well, if I saw it from here, is all you're gonna do is see my back. So it's kind of a tough situation. You don't need to see my back. Oh, I'll tell you what else I did. I nailed Bill. He's up there in the back row. He's kind of a. I have to take you out of the tripod. So he showed back up. I never found the name tag. I looked all over for it. Mark's up front, Eddie. I got to change Mark's name to ZZ Mark. And there's Buzzsaw Buzzy. So anyhow, it's a little breezy here. I hope you can hear what's going on. I guess run this thing here. Maybe I'll. Well, here you're going to see my back too. I think here would probably be a good spot, but see, then there's the problem of zooming around to get stuff. But I think I'll put it here. That it looks like the handle's in the way. Now I'm gonna have to start the engine, so you might as well put your ears on. It is. I did warm it up already. same thing. Turn that thing down again. That blade really doesn't like that speed. I gotta change the RPMs on it, I think. I don't know. It might be because it's cold and whatever. I'm about ready to feel if it's gotten warm. See how that bearing's doing. Actually, it's kind of warm. The blade's not warm at all. Blade feels good. I like sawing at the higher speed, because when you go to that speed that's a little slower, I lose horsepower and I can't saw as fast. And if you saw too slow, it creates problems. But what I'm going to do here is try to turn this thing down again. Those boards there are right thick. Not thick, wide. This one at the fattest spot is 21.5. So I'm just about at my set point. What did I do with that roller? I put it down in here. And then I dropped it on the ground. Big dummy. I think these rollers would work better if they're just a hair lower. Well, I'm not sure. It's whatever that height is down. Yeah, this one's higher. I think that's why it's not doing exactly like it's supposed to do. I'm not sure. That's just kind of my guess. I guess you're in there. I gotta undo those dogs. Gotta bring this back in. Oh, I wish I hadn't put that there. But I guess that's the way it is. We'll put this up. This is just a safety thing. It's a nice chunk of pine. This thing also acts like the lead isn't right because it's throwing a lot of sawdust over the back. It really shouldn't do that. And the mill in the back didn't do that. See if I can take old hickory stick, push it in a little bit. Oh, I didn't, you guys didn't tell me I didn't pull that other leg up, or that other piece up. Oh. That's a long ways down there, guys. Oh, Lordy. Footprints on your boards. That could be a name of a song for the guy that Mark has that makes his songs. Footsteps on your boards. Let's see if I can turn this down. They get harder once you get a flat there. But this is not a heavy log. Yeah, it is. Look at that. That was reasonable. Made these things for kind of kicking those off of there. When the board's high on that blade, I don't go after it then because you're too close to the teeth. When it saws off low, you're a long way away from those teeth and it's just not that bad. Look at that, guys. Pretty pleased with that. Pull this pin out. The reason I got to pull the pin out because it's heavier than I am strong. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I got to clean all this mess up. At least it's cool enough that if I don't get these boards put away, I don't think it's going to make any difference. They won't mold. That should, yeah, I got a flat there now. All right. tight. Drop the dog in. Drop the dog in. It ain't going nowhere. I'm not going to drop that last dog in until it comes up to me. Put your ears back on. We're going to saw another log board. And then I'll have to, well, I'll be out of time. I'll put you back here a little further this time. I'll be out of time. Then I can walk through, but then I can show you me walking through. I'll be out of time on this video. Trying to tighten this stupid thing up. It's getting loose. I'll be out of time on this video. As far as it goes off automatically at 30 minutes.
wasn't too bad. Look at that, that's some pretty wood, guys. Now, if you're new here, you might be crazy. But I kind of do a little bit of everything. I like my hat because then the sawdust doesn't go down my back. My crazy hat. Oh, these aren't my red glasses. Anyhow, old fat boy's out of breath. These are some pretty wide boards. Not too bad. They're probably going to end up about 12 inches. You got to cut it off there. So it's going to be 15-inch boards, which is not bad. I'm cutting them a strong 1 inch. You always need pine logs. I'm going to turn this down again and knock the nastiness off the top so I don't have to edge all that stuff. But when you edge them, okay, if I want to get the max out of this board, I wouldn't edge it. I wouldn't knock this, because I'm going to knock it off all the way across here. But if I keep sawing these boards in there, then every time I edge it, I can edge it right up to the very max. So you can get more out of it if you don't do that, but it's also more work. So it's 6 of one, half dozen the other, as I say. There's the heart on it. I don't know where the heart is in the other end. I guess when you're sawing this kind of wood and sawing on one of these sawmills, the heart's kind of insignificant. There it is there. So looks like the best thing to do is turn it down. You got some ring shank here. See it? Ring shank there, ring shank there. So who knows how this thing's going to blow apart when you start cutting on it. But I'm going to drop it off and maybe take some boards into the, see how they peel apart. You ever get a board at Home Depot 2x4 and you drop it and it pops apart in the grain? Well, that's ring shank most of the time. Sometimes it's the falling grabbers that go up and they grab it so bad they pinch it together. Hey, I was watching Mark. Anyhow, if you're here, I'm glad you're here, and welcome, and hit the like, subscribe, and the bell icon if you want to see some more. Now I'm going to tell you, I hope I'm in the picture. I might have to get down a little bit. Of course, if I sit on that, I'll probably lose it. I was watching Mark's video the other day. I think it was yesterday, and he was doing a big, nice pine like this, and he pulled off a sliver. And it's somewhere around 6, 7, 8, 9 in the time thing. I don't think it was up to 9, but he took a sliver off. Well, if you look at that piece of wood that he cut on there, you have to go up and check it out. Tell him I sent you, but you've probably already been there anyway. And it looks like there was the Grinch that stole Christmas, that Dr. Zeus Grinch that stole Christmas in that piece of wood. You'll see it on the back half of the wood. You see a lot of funny little designs in these wood from all the time. And it's kind of amusing to me what you see. See, here's an eye, and then kind of comes down into a nose, and maybe there's a leg or something like that. But I always kind of find it interesting what you find in the wood. Pretty wood. So I'm gonna flip it down and turn the camera back on, and pull some more boards off. I'm gonna cut that the slab wood up down there. Get rid of that so I'll have room for stuff. So that's what I'm going to do in between this video and one that's going to come up in about a minute. Try to clean some of this sapwood off the camera. It's covered. So hit the bell icon if you want to see the next step in this thing. I'll try to put them in on order. Done enough jabbering. Like I said, this automatically goes off at 30 minutes. Which is probably all you want to see of this nonsense anyway. Alright, over and out.